This is Lanice.
This is Jason Warbucks Williams.
This is Shenny.
And this is Steven. You are now tuned into
PERSPICAX. Oh yes, the Perspicax.
What's going on, gang? We are back with another episode of the gang, the Perspicax. Wow, Perspicax. Wow.
Season 1.
That's been a while. Yo.
Welcome to my world, Season 1.
Oh my God. I don't know.
Welcome, folks.
Episode
I'm just pulling a Warbucks.
We are back. I did bust a Warbucks today. I'm here with the lovely guests, Shetty Shakes, Warbucks, Miss LA Journeys. What's going on, man?
You know, it seems earlier. Doesn't feel like a Thursday to me. Seems a little early, if you don't mind me saying.
It is a little early today, but you know, hey,
you know the vibes.
Exactly.
You gotta switch it up.
Of course. I hope everyone's staying warm because seeing how the weather went from, well, is going to like, I don't know, 2, like 3 for the American listeners. That's like 33 or 34.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something.
Pardon me. Hi, hello, pick me.
What's up, Shetty?
When exactly will this weather be transitioning into the 2 and the 3?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
When will that be happening?
That's a good question.
She's looking for the weather forecast is what she's asking, please.
When I do my weather podcast, I'll let you know what the climate's going to be in your city.
Could you just keep it in any other city but our city? I'm enjoying the little 1-2 sun and the 11 degrees we're having. It's great.
Miss. Every couple episodes, you come out here and, you know, ride and rep for winter.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I do.
But,
I do. But listen, okay?
Yeah.
I hope y'all listening closely.
Uh-huh.
The snow can't come so soon because then it's not like as wow for me on my birthday when I see it snowing. I'm like, like if the snow comes in October already so early, I'm like, God, I know this is the one gift you give me every year, but like you give it so early. Like I want that little one like, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Nope.
Wow.
I'm not feeling it.
Again, you don't have to shovel.
Exactly.
You want the
I
cold,
think that's
you want
what it
the
is.
snow,
I think
but,
the fact that she doesn't live in a house is that she's excited about the winter.
Okay, condo living, you have to pay for maintenance anyway, so they're doing what they're supposed to do. I'm allowing them to have a job. I'm helping.
Meanwhile, I'm going to have to brush off my back digging up snow.
Okay.
Brush off your back.
Yeah. So you enjoy your paying your
And that's why you guys pay property tax to man the property.
Okay, Shetty.
I am maintenance.
Okay, Shetty.
Do you want to brush some of that money for me then? So I'll brush off some money?
Hey, I'm not your sugar mama.
Things
We didn't sign no contracts.
Things are getting heated. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
man. Yeah, you guys are killing me today, man. But
Oh my gosh.
I like how you just said that, because like that is kind of like tied in what we are talking about today.
Yeah.
The fact that, Shetty, you live in an apartment or a condo, right?
Yeah.
Luxurious resorts.
Luxury.
Wow. If that's what you guys want to call it, I'll accept.
It's a nice place.
Most of us, when it snows, we gotta, wake up early, get outside, warm up the car, and,
But you know what? That's even different. Even before the snow, we gotta go outside, rake up the leaves, only for more leaves to fall back after.
This guy.
It seems like you guys have a lot of complaining to do about nature. Something we cannot control.
She is right, though.
I know she's right. I'll admit that she's right.
She is right. But, we are back with another week. Oh, man, last week's episode was amazing. I love you guys. Each week is just, another vibe we keep building. And, make sure you guys are following us on every single platform that is out there, because we're just aiming to build a community, aiming to build a family, and aiming to, help you rock your vibe, build a vibe with us.
Yes, right.
Yeah, right. So as we progress,
as we proceed,
What you doing to do you remember today, though? Who's hitting us with that?
I got the do you remember for today?
Hey,
Miss Lalanis.
Lala. Hit us.
Since, we've started talking about dwelling places. Do you remember your like, do you remember ever having like a dream home in your head?
Ooh.
And if so, what was it?
Honestly, I'll start first. Yo, I was big into architecture in high school back in the day. Big into I still am. Like if I see buildings, I'm taking pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like the dream home consists of a lot of things. You'd have to have enough rooms for everyone. You know that he had that thought saying, okay, dream home. Like, yo, first you're thinking, well, I don't know, everyone's different, but I'm thinking about my family first.
Yep.
Like, yo, if the family can stay at the crib, like, you know what I mean? Like, we have 10 rooms for the family or something, you know, a big main kitchen, like 12 bathrooms. And then, boom, if we want to have people come over, there's enough room for other people to stay. You know what I mean? Like, garage, everybody, you know, like that different type of lifestyle. But obviously, we're all dreaming and it's still possible. It still is possible.
It still is possible. Anything is possible. Fact.
It's not. It's not possible. Don't sleep on it.
Nah, that's facts. How about you guys?
Shani, you go.
Oh, so sweet. So when you talk about dream home, I'm be so like transparent. It might be embarrassing, but like when I first started thinking about homes and where I wanted to live, I had two ones. The first one is the embarrassing one, kind of because like I used to play the game of life. So when I played that game, like the Victorian home was like, yo, I gotta get that. Like that was my dream home. So every time I'm playing life, I'm like, get to the houses before everybody else. I gotta pick my house, you know. But like that was obviously very, very eye-opening when you become an adult.
Yeah.
And you realize how that works. But then like when I thought about my dream home, it was more of a vacation dream home that I thought of, where I would have like a passage that goes out towards the sea so that the dolphins can come in and out freely. And like it would be built where like you have the sun coming in on like the southwest? Like it was all planned out, you know, kind of.
Dolphins coming in
and out?
Thank you.
What kind of Barbie dream?
Guys, listen, I just wanted it. Somebody I know had a southwest facing property, and I was like, yo, I get it now. Like with the sun and how it, you know, sun rises and where it sets and it looks so pretty. I want all that. Is everything?
I mean, you can have all that without getting PETA involved.
Stop.
He said
Stop. The man said PETA and not the thing you wrap food in.
No.
Like, we got reports of you holding dolphins captive at your
No. They can float in and out whenever they want.
Her house is attached to the ocean now.
Yes, her
so
house probably on top of the ocean.
Yeah, you know, you have driveways. I'll have ocean ways. Like where the dolphins can come in.
All right. I think it's Warbucks' turn.
I think it is my turn. She sounds like she's preparing a moat or something. Next, she's gonna have a drawbridge and like 5'2" sharks swimming around too.
She needs a moat.
No, Shani said, you know how they have driveways?
Yeah, they have ocean ways.
Come on, guys.
I'm there.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Next, she's gonna fly black flag anyway.
Yeah, Warwick, how about you?
So, my dream house growing up.
Yeah.
Oh, it was simple. I kind of had it. It was a refrigerator box. When the old box, when they didn't use it, and you could turn it into a house. That was like living. Didn't need much. You just needed to cut out a front door, make sure there was ventilation in there, and you can go there wherever you want to chill. And the one, not even a refrigerator box, a dishwasher box. Those were lit. Wow. Those were lit because they were just big enough to hold. You could put a 1-2 pillow in there, throw a sheet over it, just because that's at least some type of like proper like kind of outdoor scenery you have.
Yeah.
But actually, in seriousness, my dream home, I just wanted to say the refrigerator box is just my head.
Okay, so it wasn't that because I was really holding my breath over here. Like,
but
I want you to aspire for better.
You know me. Just for that, I'm gonna make sure when I'm older, when I'm quote unquote rich, I'm gonna have my own refrigerator box just for me. No one can go in there.
Wow. Refrigerator box.
Box. Yes, the box that the refrigerator came into for myself and my big old grown ass stuff to go into.
You better buy a big old fridge, Warbucks.
Yeah, we need a big fridge for me. But me, kind of like what Steven said, but also I would just want a regular house. Yeah. Even if I won $1 million, if I say for $1 million, I wouldn't be one of those guys that are going to go the bridal path and buy a big house. I'll buy a house on the same street and act like I'm normal.
Facts.
I'm not going to want to.
There's a joke in that within itself.
First of all, $1
Man.
million is getting you a semi-detached in Markham.
No, it's gonna be a refrigerator box.
You can't buy the
Damn.
garages on Bridle Path. You can't buy a shed. on
What?
Bridle
Thank
Path
you,
for a
Lanice,
million.
because I was like, oh, where
Bridal
so
Path.
cute.
Look, just wait. I don't
Toronto
know.
prices.
But my geography's messed today.
It's all good. It's all good. You don't know that the
Right.
Bridal Path houses are definitely not.
Oh, man.
The
More
one
than a
Steven
million.
described is definitely a Drizzy Drake house. That's what Steven wants.
Exactly.
Well, isn't that where Drake's house is on? Right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
sweetness. It's
okay.
not $1 million.
I
That's the part.
That's probably the property tax.
You see, this is why I have y'all here.
What
like
about
I
you,
was
Lanice?
saying-
What's
Keep us around.
yours?
What's
Like
it?
I was saying, it's just a normal house would work for me. Like as long as the roof on my head, plumbing's working, and I can go on my porch and yell at people to get off my property, I'm happy. That's pretty much a dream house for me.
Wow. Simple.
Yeah, simple, easy. Get off my lawn.
Linies, how about you?
You said get off my lawn. Yeah, I would say when I was younger, probably there were a lot of different things that I would have thought went into a dream house. Like, I want to have like an indoor pool and a hot tub and like one of those cool theater rooms where it's like dark and the surround sound and a game room and all. Yeah, that. Listen, I want to clean all of that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't want a big house because I want to clean a big house.
Okay.
And etc. Now, honestly, I just want something that feels cozy. Like I'm big into the cozy vibe. Like
Yeah.
as long as it
Yes.
has, a solid amount of space where I can like have people over, entertain, and bust a little party, have some fun, whatever. That's all I need. As long as I don't feel like cramped and stuff, then
Right.
I'm good. I'm going for the cozy factor, not the like big, gaudy, fancy factor, So
Yeah.
it's changed over time for sure.
Of course. I'm sure all of us have changed because at the end of the day, I feel like I'm good with I don't need obviously it's different right now. Say we just want like the milli or something. I'm definitely buying a community for you know what I mean, and building houses.
Yep.
But like if it was just me, and just everybody was already good, I'm good at a nice a miniature home or something like that. Save some space and end up buying a big chunk so we're on the road all the time type ish.
Or even go buy some land up north.
Or that.
Go north of the city and just buy an acre or a lot and say, boom, this is where I can just build everything off of.
Exactly.
That if eventually I want to build my kids a next spot off there, give them a piece of the land and say, yo, build your family off of this. Build your house up on this. And
My fams do that in Jamaica still.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what all our family's trying to do. Go buy one piece of land out there.
Of course.
That's what they say. You buy land? Just like that. Sorry for all our listeners. That was just the Jamaican part of it.
Oh man.
Oh boy. Yeah, man. This is really, really good. Obviously, today we are talking about houses. We're talking about real estate. I feel like it's a big topic that has, really been coming up a lot more recently, talking about, housing prices in and around Toronto and the greater Toronto area. As we get older and we're moving into more independence, a lot of millennials now are like, oh snap, we can't afford to buy anything. How is this supposed to happen? This like dream that was sold to us, right? So luckily today we actually have a very special guest with us who is a real estate agent, a realtor here in Durham region, which is where a couple of us have our home base and throughout the GTA. So without further ado, we are going to welcome in Courtney Scarlett Real Estate. We'll give him a virtual round of applause.
Round of snaps.
Yes, round of snaps. So thank you so much for being here with us. We definitely have some questions for you. We are going to pick your brain. Hopefully leave with some tips and some hope for our futures. But to begin, I think I'll just turn it over to you for you to kind of introduce yourself to the listeners. Tell us a bit about yourself and your experience, and maybe also something that you like to do for fun.
Definitely. Well, what's up, crew? It's great to be on the Perspicax. Hope I said it right.
Yes.
Yes. So I've been a licensed realtor for just a little over 3 years now, predominantly working in the Durham region. I live in Ajax. Also serve the GTA. Prior to real estate, I was in sales for probably about 10, 15 years. So I've always been around the customer service. I just love helping people. That's one of the main reasons why I got into real estate. I just love helping people, especially when it comes to purchasing a home. Like you guys were saying, it ain't cheap. I mean, it ain't cheap. So it definitely takes a lot of work, and it can be very, very stressful. So that's where I come in, just to alleviate that stress from you and help you come up with a plan. Because like you said, for a lot of millennials, like the dream that we once had is sort of not a reality anymore because these prices are getting ridiculous. But I just tried to come up with a good game plan for you to help you reach your goal. And something you might not know about me or something exciting. Well, I have a family of 4, my wife and 2 lovely children, my daughter Serafina, my son Jeremiah. And yeah, we live in Ajax, and I'm just excited to be with the crew right here.
Beautiful. Love you.
We're happy to have you.
Yeah, I was gonna say appreciate you having, because Courtney, a lot of people don't know, but Courtney's been rocking with us for a long time. So it was only right that we brought him on our show, especially with an episode like this, and with Shetty setting with a lot that's going on with the housing market nowadays. Like, it was perfect that we brought someone on that knew exactly what was going on in the market, how to help, and to give advice for people that are out there buying right now, because it's either you're buying or you're saving.
Well, I think that in itself is a joke. I think it's either you're buying or you're still holding on to money, because you're going to save for like the next 10 years, and then the price is going to go up. So, yes, the single tiered.
Yeah, facts. So before I want to kick it off, what made you even want to get into real estate agent? Because I know there's a lot of people right now my age that are now getting into it. You know what I mean? Because of the housing market's doing. So they're like, yo, let me get into it so I can see what's going on. What made you start to get into it?
Yeah, well, great question. So my wife and I, we purchased our home in 2016 here in Ajax. And honestly, during that time, the market was absolutely nuts. Not as crazy as it is right now. But throughout the process, we probably looked at over 200 houses. We submitted 10 offers. We got rejected on 9 offers, bidding war after bidding war. The 10th offer, we finally won this house. And just the process of going through that, I loved it. Going to these open houses, going to showings, seeing these houses. Like you guys, I just love, like Steven, you were talking about, you love architecture.
Yeah.
I just love going into a house and just like, wow, this is nice. And, getting these ideas. And like I said, I was in sales all along. I was in the corporate world. And to be honest, I just was not happy in the corporate world. I'd wake up in the morning, like, I'd just be like, oh man, I got to drive an hour to go to work. And honestly, I just that wasn't feeling it. So I'm like, you know what? I got to do something different. I have a passion for real estate. So let's just go all in. So I decided to do the exams. Took me about a year to do all the courses. There were 6 exams. But like I said, I got into the real estate market in 2018, and I'm absolutely loving it.
So congrats on that.
How do you feel after your first sale? That's my last question.
So funny story. So I got into the market in September of 2018. For the first, I'd say 4.5 months, didn't make any sales at all. I decided to quit my full-time job, good paying job, nice job, very comfortable. And before I even made my first sale.
Wow.
Very brave.
Wow.
I decided I needed to go all in. If I wanted to commit to this, I need to be fully committed. The very same week after I quit my full-time job, that's when I made my first sale. So, this God just aligned things perfectly.
Wow.
I felt I was on cloud 9. I helped a friend purchase her first condo.
Yeah.
It was a great feeling.
That's dope. That's dope.
there's
And,
definitely a lesson
I keep
in there.
repeating it, bro, and it sounds so cliche, but everything happens for a reason, I swear.
Everything happens for a reason in its own time.
Yeah.
Just jumped in with both feet. Just say, you know what? Just jump in and just swim with it.
Exactly.
You gotta do.
As I said, he's brave. You only live by commission, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's the thing. So if I'm not making any sales, no money's coming in. So
for our listeners who didn't understand why I was saying that, I mean, if you got bills to pay and stuff like that, you're not just going to be like, oh, I'm going to leave the full time on a chance that I could do this. So I think your dedication to knowing you can do it is what literally got you there.
You got to believe in yourself. And you have to be committed.
That's crazy. Kudos to you, man. Kudos. Because now I know a lot of you're probably the top 3 real estate agents I know. So
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so I mean, Steven, great questions to kick it off for sure. Who wants to jump in next, or would you guys like me to pick somebody?
Okay, so I'll go because I don't want you to pick me not next.
Great. Because I was going to pick you next anyway, Shani. We're aligned.
Even number Shani, I was going to pick her.
Okay, so I guess one of my questions is, what is the most common deception about the housing market?
The most common deception. Well, like you guys were saying, as for millennials, it's very difficult right now to purchase a home. And a lot of people think, these prices are getting ridiculous. So I'm just priced out of the market. I can no longer afford to purchase a home. A lot of the time, it's just because you have unrealistic expectations. And I know Warbucks was saying how, his dream house was living in a refrigerator box. But, but the reality is so many clients that I speak to, they have, that Beverly Hills budget. The Beverly Hills taste. But they only have that refrigerator box budget. So when your taste does not align with your budget, then of course that's just going to be a recipe for disaster. It's going to set you up for failure. So the number one thing is you need to have a realistic expectation. If you only have, let's just say, $500,000, a pre-approval of $500,000, no point of looking at these houses on the bridle path or these $1 million houses. You got to set realistic expectations. So why not start small? Start with a condo, then wait a couple of years, let that equity build. Then perhaps when you're ready, upstage and buy something bigger. But it's all about having your realistic expectation from the beginning. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Now that I'm here talking to you, I have so many questions running through my head. I might have to let you guys ask all your questions, and then I might have to shoot one last question because
we'll go around because I feel like everyone has multiple, so we'll go around in the circle for sure. But we definitely gotta quote that: "Don't get caught with the Beverly Hills taste and the refrigerator box budget." Put it in your promo for sure. All right, let's hop over to Warbucks.
I'll definitely ask that one. First off, Courtney, thanks for coming on.
No problem.
You yourself for that. So one of my questions I was going to ask is, at what age do you feel it's right for younger people to start looking into getting their own housing? Because I know when I was younger, in my 20s, I was like, I want to move out. I want to go get my own spot and think it would be easy peasy. I see a lot of young people try to move out, but end up back at home. So what do you feel is maybe a comfortable age that they should be really looking into moving into something, moving their own nest egg?
Or if not age, what point? You know what I mean? Because people might think, it might be an age situation, just like a marriage, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a great question. When it comes to, age or when you're ready to purchase a house, it really, let me just preface this by saying this, in school, we don't really get taught to, be financially sound. We go to school, they don't really teach us much about financial education, which is unfortunate because a lot of us, we make financial mistakes when we're young. I know me, when I was younger, I made a lot of mistakes, racked up, a lot of debt, racked up credit card debt, this and that. And had I, invested in property from when I was younger, which looking back, I probably could have. Maybe I might have needed help from, mom and dad, but I'm sure I could have, if I was really serious about it, I probably could have invested in something. And if I invested in something back then, I mean, the amount of equity I'd be sitting on right now would be
laughing now.
Right? I'd be laughing. But in my opinion, it all depends on how financially ready you are. And age, I wouldn't really put an age to it. But once you're financially stable, you have, a good income coming in, you have money for your down payment. And a lot of times, for younger people, I have a friend who he purchased his first property at the age of 21, and it wasn't even the house that he lives in; it was actually an investment property. So, thankfully enough, he got the down payment from his mom and dad to help him purchase the property. He purchased the property, and some good monthly income coming in. But if you're able to do that, that's great. Not everybody has the bank of mom and dad, unfortunately. And especially, for our demographic, the young Black person, I mean, it's just the reality is that the bank of mom and dad isn't really there for us in terms of purchasing a house, which is really unfortunate. But we just need to equip ourselves with proper financial education instead of, wasting our money on this, that, the next thing, having a property, seeing the value go up over the years. If we were, let's just say we're all in our 30s or whatnot. If we were to buy a house like when we were in young 20s, that same house would probably be appreciating in value at least double, maybe even triple by now.
It probably triple with the housing market that we're in.
Absolutely, absolutely. So in terms of age, I wouldn't put an age to it. It's all about your financial readiness.
Big.
Yeah. That's true right there. And that's why I said about not just being aged, you know what I mean? Because everyone will think like, yo, all right, I'm 22, I need to move out the house now.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, are you ready? We've all had that when our 20s and we're like, yo, I don't want to live here anymore. I want to move out.
Yeah.
Like, are you ready to really do that?
And then those multi-payments start slapping you.
Yeah, nobody wants to live with mom and dad.
Oh, sorry. I was like, the funniest part is when you're younger and you talk about moving out, you don't talk about moving out and purchasing. You talk about renting. You don't even talk about purchasing yet because
that's true.
Who at 18 besides who at 18? You probably, let's just say you start working at 16. There's no way you have a minimum $50,000 saved up minimum just for your 5% down payment right there. There's no way at 16, between 16 and 18 that you have that. So when you talk about moving out at 18, you're suggesting renting, not even purchasing.
Just to go back on that point, like you said, Shani, I mean, the mindset for most young people, they don't want to live with mommy and daddy anymore. We just want to get out of the house. Let me go rent a place. But when you do that, when you go rent a place, you're number one, you're paying the mortgage for somebody else, and they're capitalizing on that. But for the younger generation, yeah, it's great to live on your own. Like I did that too. When I was, I think, 26, I moved out. I was renting. I wish I had, stayed in home longer, saved up a little more money and purchased, a property before that. But, things happen. But what I would encourage, especially the younger generation, instead of, it's nice to have your own place. It's nice to, leave mom and dad because they they just want to get out of here. You don't want to listen to them anymore. But, if you just delay gratification, stay at home, it might drive you crazy sometimes, but save your money. And that way, when you're ready, you can afford, that down payment. You can afford to purchase a property. But us younger generation, we're just in too much of a rush to leave home, go rent a place, and just throw our money away. It's unfortunate.
It is.
If you don't have to move, don't do it.
Trust me. If your parents are not kicking you out,
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, Doug Ford.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Oh my gosh.
So even on that note, because I think probably a lot of people listening right now are hoping to break into the market and want to buy something. Courtney, what would your top tips be for someone looking to purchase a home, let's say in the next few years even?
Yeah, so if you are looking to purchase a home within the next couple of years, I mean, there's a few things that you're going to want to do. Number one, you're going to need to save for a down payment. So, like Shani said, the minimum down payment is 5% down. That's for anything under $500,000. And as you guys know, there's not many homes right now under $500,000. Condo, you can probably get into a nice condo for under $500,000, but the majority of homes now are much above that. So yeah, number one thing, you want to save for a down payment, which comes back to, staying at home. Don't be in a rush to go out there paying rent. Stay at home for, a few more years. Save those paychecks, save for a down payment. The number two thing that you want to do is eliminate debt. I was talking about it before. I accumulated, a lot of debt when I was younger, and it could have been avoided, but I didn't learn. I now learn from those mistakes, but at that time I wasn't taught proper financial education. So pay off that debt. You don't want that debt lingering on you because those interest rates are just mud. They're mud. Goodness. I mean, credit card. What is a credit card? Like 22.9% annual interest rate?
Yeah, minimum one is 19.99.
Murder. That's just ridiculous. So yeah, eliminate as much debt as you can. And one thing that a lot of people don't really pay attention to is their credit rating. guys, we need to pay more attention to our credit rating. And if we don't have good credit, and if you do want to purchase a home within the next couple of years, work on fixing your credit, because there's a misconception that if you don't have a good credit score, then you can't purchase a house. You can still purchase a house, but your interest rate is going to be through the roof when it comes to mortgage. Yeah. So if you want to have a nice favorable mortgage rates, definitely make sure that your credit score is at least, I think 680 is sort of the benchmark.
680 is the beacon score.
Yeah. Yeah. So work on getting your credit up if it's not up. So number one, down payment. Save for your down payment, eliminate that debt, and work on fixing your credit score.
All right. So save for the down payment, reduce your debt and your credit score. If it's not up, then you're stuck.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, Shani, do you even want to, because for those of you who are listening and don't know, Shani is a mortgage agent. So Shani, do you want to shed some light on that half of it for us also?
Oh yeah, fully. I mean, credit is one of the biggest things. I tell people all the time, I go into schools and I teach about financial literacy. Your credit score is your report card in life. Nobody is going to look at you if you're 300 credit score. That's bankruptcy, actually, automatically. So anything below 600, you're really treading on, dare I say, like, you're not an A student. You're barely even a B student at that point, to be honest. You're more of like a C student. And we all know, like, the C's don't get that much love, right? Your mom's going to put your first C on the fridge. No, she wants your A's on the fridge, right? So there are a few different ways you can eliminate debt in regards to building your credit score. And we can have like a whole different segment on that another time for sure. And I think we've had one in our season 1 on it as well. But I would say tying into what Courtney's saying in regards to the credit is 680 is a minimum beacon score for you to be allowed access to prime A lenders. So as just like echoing what Courtney was saying, when it comes to, let's say you have a 600 or a 500, you can still get a home, as he said. However, your interest rates are going to be looking maybe at more of like a 4.69 to a 6.99 and with a 1% fee on the home that you're already paying, right? So I believe, and Courtney, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe you pay your agent 1% of the total cost of the price of the home. And then imagine having to pay another 1% just to get the mortgage, and then another 6.99% because you just have a 600 credit score, whereas you could have gone to an A lender. So like A lenders are big banks like Scotiabank, TD, all the top 5 banks are A lenders. You could have gone there and maybe got like a 2.4 or even 2, like, something less than 6.99 on a monthly rate to pay that back on your total mortgage. So in case people aren't understanding, fix up.
Mm-hmm. So nobody.
I'll gladly help anybody. Face. So you guys can DM me if you guys need help with that. I'll run you guys through courses and help you guys fix that. 100%.
Love it. Love the wisdom.
Love that.
Yes. Fix her up, Shani.
Shani always come with the gems, though. I love it.
For real.
Thanks.
None of us I actually had the next question I wanted to ask. No, I would ask Courtney. What or where do you think the most expensive housing market is right now? Would it be in the East, like basically Durham, or Toronto? The reason why I ask that is because I'm seeing a lot of people that are from Toronto moving out here to the East now, or even a latter state, they're going to like Brampton and London and out there. And I'm seeing a lot of like people in the East are even going further east, so per se. So in your knowledge, what do you think, like, which housing market is more of the expensive type?
Yeah, I mean, hands down, the Toronto market, like Toronto is definitely the most expensive within this area right here. But Durham is slowly creeping up, guys. I mean, I'm talking, I would say back, even if you go back just 2 years ago in the Durham region, the average house for maybe a detached was in the 700s. Today, the average price is over $1 million in Durham, guys. Durham. $1 million.
That's crazy.
For Durham. The other day, I saw a townhouse in Whitby sell for over $1 million. 3-bedroom townhouse, unfinished basement for $1 million in Whitby.
Mud.
Million?
Goodness, $1 million.
Townhouse.
What kind of fridge box was that? Was it like Frigidaire? Like which brand?
Frigidaire, thank you.
Oh gosh, so yeah, I mean, Toronto is definitely the most expensive market over here, but the surrounding areas we're getting ridiculous. Peel, Brampton, Mississauga, Oakville, Burlington, expensive, and like you said, Warbucks. A lot of people are moving out to, like, let's say, London or Kitchener, a little further away, and those markets are starting to creep up a little bit too. They're not as crazy as, of course, Toronto and as Durham, but yeah, Toronto's the worst. And I think Durham right now is like Toronto Junior, the way these prices are over here.
Because
Getting mad.
I know a lot of young people are trying to get condos out there. Like, oh, I'm going to go live in the city. I'm going to go get a condo out there. I'm like, do you know the pricing for condos out there? Even for a bachelor?
Funny you said that, because we were, prior to jumping on air, we were just looking at some stuff and was saying how the houses in Toronto are 40% overvalued.
100%.
I was like, yo, what?
But they would be overvalued because it's an overpopulated area where everybody wants to be. Once you make it somewhere everybody wants to be, money go up.
That's right.
Facts. That's true. That's true. It was just surprising to see the numbers. So I was like, yo, 40%? Where do these people expect us to be buying houses?
They don't.
They don't.
Courtney, I had a question for you. I mean, like, you've answered some of my other questions that I had on the top of my head, but I would say, like, what is a day in the life of Courtney the Realtor?
Great question. Well, it starts with waking up at about 5:30 in the morning when my son runs through my door and says, "Good morning, Daddy."
So you don't sleep.
You don't sleep.
That's the alarm clock.
Sometimes earlier than that. So, after, I take baby girl to school, I take him to daycare. It's all about, just, prospecting, getting on the phones, connecting with people, connecting with my market, just connecting with people. Then, of course, it can consist of doing some showings, do some marketing, doing some social media marketing, which I need to be more consistent with that. I'm calling myself out with social media. I haven't really been consistent with that. So, I'm calling myself out right now. So maybe you guys can hold me accountable to that. But
Definitely.
But yeah, it's all about just getting down to work. And one thing about, people say, you're a realtor, so you set your own hours, you can work whenever you want, ray, rah, rah. But at the end of the day, we need to, although I'm working for myself, I'm not accountable, let's just say, to a boss or whatever. Like, I'm my own boss. But at the end of the day, I need to be accountable to myself. So I'm really, really strict when it comes to not just, fooling around, because time is one of those things that you can't get back. So you can't be fooling around with time. So what I try to do, I try to maximize my days as much as I can to try to fit as many things as I can do in the day, so I'm not wasting my time. So it's all about, just like I said, being consistent, staying on top of things, and not wasting time, guys.
Mm-hmm. That's big right there. Like you said, time waits for no one,
Exactly.
Nobody.
No one.
Wow. I like that you touched on the fact that a lot of people think that because, like, real estate agents make their own hours, that you're not exactly working, They're like, oh, you're not working that hard. No, you have to figure out the work-life balance, which I think is a little bit more trickier personally working for yourself, because when you have a set 9 to 5, okay, maybe I have to get up at 7 to be at my job for 9. I'm done at 5. I'm home at this time. With your line of work, you could be doing a showing at like 6:30, 7, whenever it fits the customer, and whenever you're able to, have access to the home even, right?
Exactly. That's the thing. I mean, we have to learn to be flexible. With me, I try to, of course, I need to schedule my showings and stuff around like my children's schedule. So I do a lot when, either in school or in daycare or in the evening hours once, we put them to bed. But, at the same time, with the whole work-life balance, Jenny, like most of the time, I try not to do or even like answer my phone after 9 o'clock when it comes to clients, because we need to have some boundaries in place. So I can't be having people calling me at 11:30. I mean, if it's an urgent matter where, a house is on the line, then yeah, I'm going to be up that late. But if someone's calling me like at 11 o'clock, asking me some question that I can answer tomorrow, like, no, just leave me a message. I'll get back to you tomorrow, because without those boundaries in place, people are going to take advantage of us.
Exactly.
And, ain't nobody got time for that.
that could go to like any occupation or any part of your life. Because like if you're good at something, and you answer whatever, people are gonna be like, all right, cool, I can call this guy at 2 o'clock in the morning. He's gonna answer.
They're gonna take advantage of you.
But they want no.
So Courtney, I know I said I wanted a standalone tub, but maybe we can just have just a regular tub. Courtney's like, it's 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
You think I care about your tub?
Right?
For real.
I was looking at the place with the hedge, but I don't know if the hedge is so high. You know, something with a medium hedge. Why are you talking?
Oh my God.
Go hedge yourself.
It's funny we're laughing at this, but I feel like we need to ask Courtney, like, have you got any like crazy stories, real estate stories like that to share with us? No names, obviously.
I won't name names, but I sometimes like get people calling me or messaging me like at 11 o'clock at night, asking me, some weird questions. Like I won't answer it. Like if it's somebody who, if let's say, for example, it's family. A couple of months ago, dealing with my wife's family, helping them purchase a property. Mm-hmm. And yeah, they were messaging me late, but I had to, I guess in the beginning, it was my fault for not setting those boundaries in place. But I just nicely let them know that, I'll address this issue now, but moving forward, we're going to have to set these boundaries in place. If it's an emergency, sure, give me a call. But after 9 o'clock, save it for the next day. Family time. It's family time. It's family time.
That's crazy.
Sure. Yeah, it's like you don't want to quit a 9 to 5 to then work 24 hours a day.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Because then how much you're really making, quote unquote,
sense.
per hour,
Make
you know what I
sense.
mean? Like the
Exactly.
effort and the payout still has to be somewhat equal, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Listen, if I was working for myself like that, which I do, but I'm saying if I was working for myself like that, I'd maximize like this is 3 hours of my life, go. And then when I get that check, I'm like, oh, so this is how much I'm worth for 3 hours. Feels nice.
Don't kill me.
Yo, I love it.
Oh yeah. Wow. Well, honestly, I definitely learned a lot today. Definitely, because just like how we were saying, there's a lot of us at this age either searching to buy a house or looking at the housing market and saying like, I'm kicking it for a little bit longer.
I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna be able to cruise control.
I'm just gonna relax for a bit. But to hear I just hearing some of the stuff Corey's saying about obviously, make sure you're financially ready, like make sure your credit score, like these stuff, like I felt like we needed to hear this a long time, but it's still good to hear and be up to date with stuff that's going on, especially when you wanna upgrade your life, upgrade where you are in life.
Yeah,
it's 100% necessary that you're staying connected to what's going on in your city and listening to stuff like this. Because honestly, I don't know if I would have got this information anyway. I probably could have got this information somewhere else. Yeah. But it's refreshing to hear from obviously some of our ethnicity or background as well, and seeing where we're all coming from. Just like he said today, like not a lot of us had mom and dad money to really say, "Yo, let's go throw into something." So a lot of us are really getting down, saving our money, and really saying, "Yo, we're looking at this market like, okay, we gotta chill back a little 2 more years, and maybe let it come to fruition." But Courtney, appreciate you. I learned a lot today. I know these guys probably can go off more, but I just want to say my piece. But appreciate it, man.
My pleasure, man. My pleasure.
No, I think you touched on a lot of insightful things, and I know for anybody that's potentially wanting to be a realtor, they have a little bit more of an insight now on what it takes and what it inquires to do what you do, because obviously you have to be up with the market to know what's hot, what's not, right? So
that's right. I mean, a lot of people also who are looking to become a realtor, they think, oh, it's so easy. The house prices are so high, so it's going to be, I'm going to be rich. I get into the market, I'd be rich. The crazy fact is, guys, the 86% of people who get into real estate, they quit after the first 2 years. They just get into it with unrealistic expectations. The fact is, it's a grind. It takes a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
We're here helping people, make the biggest financial, purchase of their life. It's a lot of work. It's stressful, but you got to put in the work, and you have to stay, committed, and you got to be realistic with the expectations.
Yeah.
Just like anything else you want to do, you have to kind of put yourself in the mindset of, you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
There are gonna be times, like you even said, Courtney, like there were times you didn't even sell a house.
Yep. Yep.
And you were like, you didn't make it.
Mhm.
But you said, nope, I'm gonna set my expectations to where it should be, and you're gonna follow through with the goal. And you
That's
did
it. That's it.
Yeah.
That is
Dang,
story.
honestly, like that, it's inspiring, and it's. I know I said at the beginning. Hopefully, we'll leave with some hope for our futures, and I think we succeeded in that goal. Whether we're on the buying side or on the career side for people who are listening and wanting to get into real estate. So, yeah, Courtney, thanks again so much for joining us, for giving us this info, for giving us your wisdom, and just for your personality. You were a really fun guest to have. So we appreciate you. And with that said, unless anybody has anything else to say,
I'll just say, Courtney, you and I, we got to stay connected here.
Yes, man. Yes,
You-
yes.
You get him the home, I get him the mortgage. It's a
There we
Let's
go.
do it. Let's do it. Tag team.
There we
Tag team,
go.
Shenny. Let's go. Let's
We
go.
love
Personality-wise, put the best out here.
Come on. Let's go.
amazing. And with that
See?
being said, it is time for a word from our sponsors.
Wait.
What?
Hmm?
Courtney, would you kind of drop your socials or somehow would we
Yes.
kind of reach you?
Yes,
Like,
yes.
for
Oh,
those
yes.
who want to reach you, have a way to reach you? Before we
Yes, yes.
Well,
Definitely.
thank you
Thanks
so
so much. It's just Courtney Scarlett Real Estate across all platforms. I think I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Just Courtney Scarlett Real Estate.
Can you spell your Scarlett, please?
Yes. So COURTNEY SCARLETT, two T's. Then real estate. REALESTATE. That would
That's
be
not
spell
an
right now.
Good thing that's not in the exam. Spell real estate. Dang it.
I'm a realtor that cannot spell real estate, but that's because I was under pressure.
Can't spell, but I can sell a house. Don't worry.
Hey, family, you're tuning into Build Your Vibe, a manifestation of one's authentic self. So sit back, relax, network, and don't forget to subscribe.
Another amazing guest, another amazing episode. Courtney, big shout out to Courtney. Courtney's been rocking with the whole Build Your Vibe brand for years now. You know what I mean? From the first game night till now.
Yes.
I like to see, as you guys know, me, I like to incorporate anyone that has been rocking with me and is repping the brand and supporting. So if you see anyone on our podcast, on our shows, it's all family, it's all love, and it's all about bringing each other up at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So lovely. I learned a lot today about real estate. So, if you guys learned anything else, make sure you guys follow him as well. Good dude, amazing personality, crazy episode. Yeah, what do you guys think, man?
This has absolutely nothing to do with the topic. But, Steven, are you wearing shorts?
Is this where we're going?
Are you wearing shorts?
Is this where we're going?
Are you wearing cutoff
Yo.
denim? Are you wearing Daisy Dukes right now? Oh my God.
You do know we are recording it live.
Yeah, we're recording live. I know this. I'm very aware.
I think she's going somewhere with this. Okay, what's going on? Yes, they are
I'm not going
shorts.
anywhere with this. I was just shocked that you were wearing shorts right now.
If you can see my face, it's the usual Lattice face when I say something.
I just
Wow.
I've been
Called
on
the
this
man
podcast
out.
for 54 minutes and just realized the man is wearing shorts. I didn't realize this whole time.
Yeah.
At one point, I thought it was ripped jeans, and that was the whole, so I didn't say nothing.
Oh wow.
But now I realize that it's shorts.
Well, just so you guys know, the studio is well warmed and heated, so it's nice over here. It's tropical. Warm up top and cool on the bottom.
Ooh. Whoa. Oh my gosh.
Yo, this was episode 38, man. Yo, make sure you guys are following each of us on social media. We got a lot of things coming up in the new year, man. 2022 is going to be a lot different with the Build Your Vibe brand and Perspicax. And we got that thing coming up in January as well. Shani, we gotta organize something and get that out ASAP.
Yes.
But thank you guys. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at the Perspicax.